Riz here with the No Boss Life channel, the person bringing you a little bit closer to breaking the cycle of the rat race. Made $100 so far today in my online business, which is pretty freaking cool. Today in this video, I want to talk about how to deal with negative prospects. Okay, when you're doing affiliate marketing, or really almost any kind of marketing, but I will say specifically affiliate marketing. There are three types of people that I'm going to talk about, right? The straight up like negative ones, just say all kinds of things to you. The second people are the ones that are considered to be a hassle, okay? Which I'll explain a little bit more on that. And then the third type of person is just like somebody who just doesn't seem interested, which you can't really necessarily count them as a negative person. But I did want to talk about this because I get people messaging me that say, you know, they get people, you know, that, you know, ask for information on what they do. And then once they send them the information, it seems like they're just not very interested, right? I'm going to tell you how I personally deal with all three types of people and how this can help you with your business. So the first one is like dealing with straight up like negative people, whether they're trying to spam you back or, you know, just people just being really negative about whatever you're offering. You know, to be honest with you, I do deal with it. Now, what's really awesome is that you guys are awesome, and the way I kind of positioned my content, I don't deal with it as much as I used to, just because I learned kind of like how to structure just how I market, in the sense that it filters out like people who are just lazy, complainers, whiners, don't want to like do anything, you know. But I have dealt with that in the past, and I do deal with that every once in a while. And so this is what I do. I move on. Sounds simple enough, right? But seriously, I move on. I don't let it get to me. A lot of people I see let that kind of reaction from people, like you let it like get to you too much emotionally, and you can't do that, which I understand. This may be easier said than done for you to practice. I know that when I was first starting out, when I did start getting negative people, it really upset me. It really bothered me because it was just like, what? You know, this is just frustrating. But, you know, now I just kind of let it roll off my back, right? Just like water rolls off a duck's feathers, okay? And even me, sometimes it can get to me, but I let it get to me because we're humans, you know, and nobody likes negativity at all. Like, nobody likes that. So, you know, it can happen, but I don't spend very much time dwelling on it because, quite frankly, this may sound kind of harsh, but listen, just keep this in mind. Everybody can be replaced. Now, I'm not saying that for you to start valuing people, because I value anybody on my team and you guys have been awesome, you know, but at the end of the day, if somebody's just giving you too much of a problem, like, they're going to get replaced, and more than likely they're going to learn the hard way. You know, and it may take them months, maybe even years for them to look back and be like, I don't know why I was acting like that. That happens to me all the time now. Since I've been doing this now full time for 6 years, I've been able to see the cycle of relationships with certain people I've connected with years ago, and maybe they were, you know, reacting a certain way to me or whatever, and now they come back and they're just like completely different. I'll probably leave a comment or something like that giving you a story of what I'm talking about here. So basically, I don't spend too much time going back and forth with this person. Sometimes if I can see, well, if I just can educate them on, you know, what they're talking about here, maybe they can understand. And a lot of times I will help people like I just realize, okay, they're just not understanding this one part, or they're just, it's not clicking, or I got to teach them something real quick for them to like really understand how this stuff works and how they should move forward in this space or any business they start. And a lot of times I can kind of help people, and people will kind of be like, okay, I see now. But if they just continue to just be one-sided and whatever, I just completely leave them alone and I just move on. The next type of person is the people who are the hassle, okay? And I'll explain what I'm talking about here in a second, but I'll be honest real quick. You know, I have some other internet marketing friends who, you know, are doing really well in this space. And one of the things that a lot of marketers do, if they've connected with each other and they're like on a certain level, sometimes they joke about certain people, certain types of people, I should say, who are just a hassle. These are people that constantly are messaging you. They ask some of the most basic questions all the time. I mean, and it's things that are very small a lot of the times. They're just not figuring out on their own, or just lazy, or just want everything handed to them. They complain really fast. Like, those types of people. They're kind of like the negative people, the first type of person, but these are a little bit, they're not as negative. They're just like wanting to be handheld too much, okay? And I'm bringing this person up, and like I said, You guys are awesome. Luckily, people on my team are like amazing, right? But every once in a while, we'll deal with it. And I deal with this type of person a little bit differently than like the first person. I don't just quite leave them hanging if they're just like, doing that. A lot of times these people, again, they just need a little bit of education and a little bit of push and a nudge to go in a certain direction. And there you go. Now, there are some internet marketers that don't want to spend any time on these type of people because they know once you start, it's just like it never ends. Now, I truly want to help people, and so I know what it's like to just not understand something and need help on it, so I definitely try to help these people a little bit more. But there is a certain point I'll reach where I'm like, okay, start telling these people, well, some of the things you're asking, not that they're not important questions, but you have to realize I'm dealing with a lot of people. There are some other questions I really have to get to. And the types of questions you're asking me can be easily looked up. I mean, easily. One thing I've really had to learn the hard way is sometimes I get into this habit of just like not overextending myself, I guess, to people, but just like really pouring a lot of my time into them when, I got messages piling up and some of the questions they're asking, they literally could do a Google search or a YouTube search and find exactly what they're talking about. Like it's small stuff. So with this type of person, what I've learned to do is help them a little bit, but then let them know, hey, look, some of these things you're asking me, you can look up. Like, there you go. You can ask, I don't mind you asking me, but, just know that I have some other things I have to do that I got to pour my time into, and I can't just spend all the time, like, talking to you. Like, and so that may sound kind of harsh, but like I said, with my team, luckily, and here's the thing I want to say overall. There's a certain way I structure my content now to that somewhat filters out these types of people anyways. So, really what I want you to start doing is paying attention to the content you're making, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, just whatever. Like if you're, making content there's two things here. If you're making content that's going to attract somebody lazy, that's going to attract a tire kicker, that's going to attract somebody who just wants everything handed to them, then be prepared to go into that. Because some people, well, the second thing I'll say is if you're with offers that are also going to attract those types of people, like if you're with free offers or things that are just like too cheap, get ready to experience what I'm talking about on a major scale, especially for those who are consistent with those types of offers. You're just going to attract a certain type of person. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really starting to understand why some of these super affiliates only work with high ticket offers. Like seriously, like I've kind of talked to some of these people on one-on-one and they're like, listen, we don't deal with, low ticket offers anymore or mid ticket offers anymore. When they break down the reasons why, it's not just about money. I used to kind of think like, oh man, these people are a little bit greedy. But when they break down a lot of things on the reasons why they choose what they choose to offer, it makes a lot of sense. But just a tip, even if you are with something that's low ticket or something free or something like you're promoting, structure your content in a sense that it won't attract, low quality traffic or leads or, people that's just going to either be really negative if they didn't like get what they want and just feel like they're entitled or something. And also people who just are a hassle. To be honest, I spend some time with these people, a little bit more than the first types of people, but eventually I kind of leave them alone. Sometimes I leave people alone, not because I'm trying to neglect them, because I'm just trying to see what kind of person they are. Are they somebody that's going to wait on me, to get back with them for every single thing? Or are they somebody that's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to go to Google or YouTube to look up what this problem is and try to fix it myself. And if they do that or not, that tells me a lot about them, So they usually will get the hint over time from how I respond and just where I kind of guide them. Now, a lot of times people they either will look at that as a very negative thing for me, which I can't really help them there too much on that. And then some people understand, which I love these types of people, and they kind of, get it and they do what they can to find out the small stuff so that when they do come to me, they're asking me questions. It's like, okay, now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of this stuff. Here's where we can really help you. The third person is like the person that you can't really say negative, but that's somebody who just, I don't know, just doesn't seem interested in your business right away. Somebody, maybe you're doing some Facebook marketing or Instagram marketing and people are like, okay, I want information. And then, you message them or make a video or something like that. And it just seems like after all of that, you don't really hear from them. They just kind of seem like, okay, I'll check it out. They seem kind of like that. Now, this person, it is going to take some time for you to tell which like who they really are, because you have to understand that some of these people in the niche that we're in are so beat down with opportunities that they're just kind of like, they check out so many things it's not even funny, right? So with this kind of person, I spend some time, I let them know I'm definitely there for them if they have any questions and everything like that. For the most part, I'm going to leave them alone. Now, I'm not leaving them alone because I've given up on them, but it's because I know if they opted in through my sales funnel, or they're on my friends list on Facebook or something like that, or they follow me on YouTube, I know that with my content, with my email follow-up series, with my YouTube videos, with my Facebook profile posts and things like that, there will be a good chance they will be curious again about what the heck I'm offering or talking about. So it's through my content that I know I'll get them curious and possibly get the sale. Okay, so this person isn't necessarily negative. It's kind of a neutral person. It's somebody you'll probably deal with on a regular basis. That's why it's very important you remain consistent with your content, because I get people literally, that a few months ago, let's say the no limit system, for an example, I started like promoting that on Facebook, and they would tell me they'll check it out, and then you don't really hear from them again. But because of the newer posts I make now, or maybe posts I made 2 weeks ago, and they were able to see it, they're like, oh, hey, I remember you were talking to me about something. I'm really going to check it out now. And the second time they check it out, or the third time they check it out, they're a little bit more serious people. And so a lot of times they just come in and just buy straight away. So with this type of person, like I said, the time I spend going back and forth with them is very small. Okay, I don't waste my time, but I know that with my content, my follow-up series and everything like that, that's where the sale can happen with this type of person. So I hope all of this makes sense and this can help you in your business some way, shape, or form. But yeah, when it comes to dealing with negative people, don't spend too much energy on them. Don't let that affect your emotions too much. Again, a part of this is a numbers game. Okay, guys? So everybody can be replaced. At the same time, you do have to value people. I do value people, so I don't just like throw everybody away. But when it comes to really negative people, it's like, y'all are going to learn the hard way. And I can't do anything about that. And it sucks because I've seen people literally, that I've seen even sometimes years, somebody I dealt with in the past years, and then maybe they remembered me and they were very negative just for no reason almost, and they come back and however they do, and they're like, their tone is completely different. But and then people who are a hassle, I spend time with these people because sometimes I just need a little bit of guidance, and I do help some people, but at the same time I let them people know, hey, time's a ticking. Like, you gotta start getting this stuff. You gotta use these other resources. Like, when I get a part of systems, or, if I have a mentor, I don't just freaking run them down with every single little question I have, because I understand they're busy. A lot of times I just look up stuff on my own, the little how-to stuff. Like, if they're certain other kinds of questions, it's cool, but I don't spend a crazy amount of time with people who are a hassle, okay? Some marketers don't spend any time on them at all, but for me, I do like to help people. So anyways, that's the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you're wanting a super newbie friendly system to get started with to actually make money online, there's a link in my video description below. You can click on to check that out. It's literally the first link. Super easy to follow, very affordable. Okay, you get instant payments when you actually work the system and are consistent. And I also give out bonus extra training and coaching to people depending on the level they join. To see what I'm talking about, again, click that first link in my video description below and you can check that out. The second link I have in my video description is seriously one of the best training program as far as how to get traffic that I've come across to date, okay? It's more of intermediate to kind of advanced strategies for anybody who's been doing this stuff full time or for a long time and haven't gotten the breakthroughs they've really wanted. If you want to learn in a program on some of these top ways to get traffic, there are super affiliates literally revealing all of their secrets. You can literally click the second link in my video description below, create your account and get started. Pick a level you want to join on there, learn your pick a super affiliate you want to learn from, and there you go. So anyways, check that out. Talk to you guys later, and let's make some money.